And we are talking about a highly congested city, a high-tech city with only higher metro fares. What does this really mean? Bengaluru's Namma metro is now officially the costliest metro system in the country. From February 9, commuters will be paying more to travel on a system already struggling to keep cars off the roads in one of India's most congested cities. Bmrcl has announced an annual automatic fare revision with ticket prices going up between 4 and 10%. That's rupees 1 to 5 depending on distance. This follows recommendations of the first fare fixation committee constituted under the Metro Railways Act. Bmrcl says fares are being revised after 7.5 years and the new formula will cap hikes at 5% annually to avoid sudden steep increases. But what's the truth? This hike is coming after a 71% hike just the last year. According to Bmrcl, audited financial data shows operating costs rose 10.2% in 2024-25. However, the fare hike has been limited to 5%. The agency says the move is aimed at 1. Financial sustainability, 2. Reliable metro services, 3. Gradual fare increases instead of shock hikes, discount for smart card users, off-peak travel, Sundays and holidays will continue. Transport experts warn that repeated fare hikes defeat the very purpose of public transport. They argue that higher fares reduce ridership, forcing commuters back to private vehicles, worsening congestion and pollution. The issue has now turned political. Bengaluru South MP Tejaswi Surya has flagged alleged anomalies in fare calculations and demanded a new fare fixation committee. Meanwhile, Karnataka government has distanced itself from the new fare hike. Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar has denied any state role and said the decision rests with a centre-led committee. As Bengaluru expands its metro network rapidly, the core question remains unanswered. Can India's most congested city afford India's costliest metro fares? And I'm being joined at this point by Satya Prakash, Vice Chairman and spokesperson for KPCC, as well as Ashok K.M. Gowda, who's the spokesperson for BJP. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining me. By the way, the first question to both of you, do you take the metro? Do you take the metro rides? Do you commute by the metros very often? Satya Prakash, first to you very quickly, and then to Ashok K.M. Gowda.
Yeah. Not very often, but sometimes at least 3 or 4 times a month I go by metro. Because whenever the place where I go, if it is nearer to the metro station, I would prefer to go by metro.
Okay, that's an important point, and I'll come back to you on that, Satya, because that's a larger picture that we're really looking at as well. Ashok K.M. Gowda, how about you? Do you take the metro?
I do travel in the metro. As Satya said, monthly probably 3 to 4 times. I do take the metro monthly 3. Well, in specific to the Whitefield or in specific to go to around behind Rajajinagar or anywhere, I take a metro.
That's a big question. Look, we have the data on our screen. It's just shocking. It's just shocking to see the disparity in the fares across metros. We have data for across metros across the country. On our screen, though, we have taken data for only the southern capitals, the southern metro cities, as it were. Bengaluru is the highest. The highest fare goes up to 95 rupees, and it's for the shortest kilometers in terms of maximum fares. Look at the comparison on your screen. This is why is it like this? Let's just start with the party in government at the state, and then we move to the center. Satya Prakash.
See, what our government representatives are saying is this is a joint decision by the center and the state, with the center's representative heading that particular price revision panel. Okay, that is what my government says, and I have to put the government's point of view. But if I have to talk apolitical, any public transport system, we need to keep it the cost as less as possible, is my point of view also, keeping the position, apolitical. But the point here is, normally the center should have contributed around 30 to 40%, and the state should have contributed around 60%. But my little knowledge goes whenever I'm seeing what is the center's contribution to various metro projects. I think it is coming to somewhere around 10 to 12% is my gut feel. So until and unless the center led by BJP government and Modi government starts pumping in more money to the metro, then the pressure on the state government will be less, and then there will be both the state and the center should make sure that public transport system should be at a subsidized rate. I'm telling you, it's a responsibility of the state also, it's a responsibility of the center also.
Satya, this is interesting what you're saying, because this is a given. Every citizen expects this. But the fact is, what's on the ground is far from reality. Ashok K.M. Gowda, how do you explain the rates? The maximum fares in Bengaluru has the costliest metro fares for the minimum kilometers. You have other places like, even for that matter, Mumbai, which is cheaper than a Bengaluru metro. Kochi, which is cheaper, and across metros, because Bengaluru is the most expensive. What is the rush? And remember, this is coming after a 71% hike just last year. So it's not like the price has not increased over the last few years. That's again a government narrative, a government terminology which is being used, because they are saying the fixation prices, the fixation committee, this is a revision in 7.5 years. But the fact is, there was another revision, 71% revision last year, and now it is a 5% revision. So it's not like no revision has happened. This is all terminologies and gobbledygook of a government. Ashok K.M. Gowda.
Yeah. It's a very simple thing. See, as your statistics was very clear, which exhibited that if the central government was involved in hiking the price of a Namma metro, then they could have hiked the price of all the metros across all the cities, starting from Delhi and even through the Cochin. But here it is very clear and evident that there is a committee which is being headed by the central government as a state government bureaucrat. That is, state representative heads the team, and there are 5 representatives from the central government and 6 representatives from the state. And so, and the state, the person who is heading is an IAS officer, and they send the proposal to the government of Karnataka, and government of Karnataka approves it. Point number 1. Point number 2. As Satya was saying, probably he forgets conveniently, as the party is known for lying most of the times, and their truth is very far from the Satya Devate. Or they have, in the other words, I say that Congress's house god is a lie god or a Sullu Devate. See here, 12.63% is the contribution of the central government, but SPV is funded by the central government, and this SPV borrows the funds up to around 50%, and the fund is given by the central government. So state government's contribution is less than 40%. That is what Satya also agrees. Probably let him go through the document. And let us.
You are lying.
Let us. No. 1 second, Satya. Let us respect.
You are lying. I will prove how you are lying.
People don't get confused. People don't get confused with my words or your words. You can put your words. I can put my words.
I will expose your lies.
Now the point is with the metro this thing. It's not just a metro which has been hiked in Karnataka. Even they have hiked the prices on the transportation of people through the buses, and wherein you can see, they may say that commuters of women who have been discounted or who have been subsidized, but the prices for the men have been almost triple. For example, from 68 rupees, they have increased the price to 172 rupees.
30 seconds more, and then I'll go to 30 seconds for Satya. Very quickly, come on. Ashok K.M. Gowda, 30 seconds more, because this is becoming government versus government, narrative versus narrative. The truth is, people are getting squeezed. That's literally what's happening to people. They are being squeezed.
See, my friend was telling, I am the Congress government lies. I will expose him right here. The head of the 10-member panel is not headed by the state government officer. He is headed by the secretary of urban ministry. He is not headed by Karnataka. Point number 1. Point number 2.
Okay.
Whatever center gives, it gives loan. The loan has to be paid by Bmrcl. It is not given free. It is Bmrcl's responsibility to pay, and state pays that.
Okay, we are totally out of time.
Just 15 seconds. The earlier arrangement between state and center was state will contribute 60%, center will contribute 40%. Where is that 40% by Mr. Modi?
All right.
Please give that 40%.
Okay, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Satya Prakash, Ashok K.M. Gowda, thank you for joining us, giving your perspectives. The truth is, Unlike many countries where there's incentives to take public transport, we're really stuck with higher